Hey, Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rachadash, the ones in Apostle Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom, true brothers and highways and byways, doing the works sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith. Lord willing, we are finding that number to be delivered. All right, so it's going to be a quick one concerning an article I pulled up from Newsbreak, and you know, we of the hope for the elect, we understand that when it speaks of the end of the world, it's speaking of a rulership. It's speaking of a power structure that has been in place for so long is now about to come to an end. All right? And not only we of the hope for the elect, but all these other heathenistic nations also see and understand the wickedness that's being perpetuated throughout the whole earth and who it's being perpetuated by. All right? So this article, I'm going to start here with Newsbreak, and it reads, white people will be the first target. South African's Julian Malema warns of impending violence because the poor are getting poorer. All right? And that sounds about right. You know, the scripture says the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked. So if the earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, then the wicked has the ability to do whatever he damn well pleases. He can make a man rich and he can make a man poor. And right now, the wicked elites love to make men poor, man. Their agenda is not to make everybody rich. All right, so let's read. This is Daily Mail, 16 hours ago. A South African opposition figure has warned of impending civil unrest in the continent's richest country and likened it to an Arab Spring. Now let's stop there and just check out what an Arab Spring is. All right, we got it here. Okay, so through Wikipedia it says Arab Spring was a series of anti-government protests, uprisings, and armed rebellions that spread across much of the Arab world in the early 2010s. It says it began in response to corruption and economical stagnation and was first started in Tunisia. All right, so when this Arab Spring arose, and as you see some of the pictures here, you know, it was pretty heavy, you know, and that was like a milestone for those other nations in that region to model after, and hence the reason why this Julius Malema is referring to it as an Arab Spring, because this is what they plan to do. Continuing on, it says the controversial opposition leader Julius Malema spoke of the country waking up one day with very angry people that are not going to be reasonable. All right? People are not going to be reasonable. And that's scriptural. You know, let's go from here. That's going to be 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Now, you know, when I first read this, I'd always, you know, attribute this just to America. All right. But as you get more understanding and the Lord opens your eyes more and more and gives you different, you know, insights, this is going to be worldwide, man. This thing is going to be worldwide. People are going to be rebellion across the whole world, man. All right, it's just not here in America. Even though America's going to get it the worst, it's going to be the worst of the worst, man. But you're going to have these skirmishes and these rebellions and these uprisings, you know, and seditions, you know, all over the world. So that's biblically sound right there, as it says, very angry people that are not going to be reasonable. A man is his course of his action going to stand in his power. If you got, you know, an elitist who's sitting there, you know, parked in a grand Bentley, you know, some fancy shit, people aren't gonna, you know, step out the way during a time of violence, during a time of affliction and uprising. People are gonna flip that goddamn car over, man, with whomever else is in it. People aren't gonna be reasonable on that day, and rightfully so. You know, this world, and we did a show the other day, this world is slowly becoming unsown, man. As Julia said, people are waking up. All right? And continue on, it says, discontent with the ruling African Nation Congress, a party in South Africa, is at an all-time high levels due to social conditions within the country and the poor becoming poorer, according to Malema. Let me continue on. It says, when the unled revolution comes, the first target is going to be white people. Now, why is that? The whole world knows, the turmoil and the issues are because of Esau Edom, man. The scripture says, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And everybody knows and understands who the wicked is, man. I'll say anybody that has any, insight as to what the hell's going on around here. All right? They know who the wicked is. And this dude, Malema, he's not afraid to even say it. Like we on the highways and byways, we tell you the so-called white man's Esau Edom. He's the wicked. All right? A lot of people, they come up, they'll be talking to you, and we're like, yeah, they're like, oh, those people, what people you talking about? Because a lot of people are afraid to put the name on it. They're afraid to put their face on it. Esau Edom is the so-called white man who's ruling the world right now. And he's the one for the reason for all the turmoil. He's the reason for all the skirmishes and the wars and the pestilences. He's the reason, man. So to say. All right? And this is why Malema said the first targets are going to be white people. But then he goes on to say, let me read it again. When the unled revolution comes, the first target is going to be white people, Malema told the BBC Hard Talk program, adding that the uprising would also target black elites. Now, why would you target black elites? So let's go from here. You know what? Let me continue on. We'll get back to that. It says the only way to head off the violence was an immediate intervention to raise the quality of living for the poor people in the country, according to Malema. All right. So that's the only reasoning that they're willing to accept. These South Africans that are about to do an Arab Spring. The only reason they're willing to accept is if they raise the style of living for the poor people. Now this is the man here. It says the violence that is going to happen in South Africa is going to be is because the elite is disappearing and the poor are becoming poorer, he said. All right, so the elites are disappearing, primarily the black elites in that nation, because Esau Edom, he'll set up his people, stick them in in these nations and disappear himself. Well, these Hamites, these elite Hamites, they're not going to be hanging around to see the outcome of shit. As it says, they're disappearing. All right. And it says the controversial opposition leader Julius Malema spoke of the country's waking up one day with very angry people that are not going to be reasonable. All right. And that goes right across the board, man. It says when I read this a little earlier, they're going to target the whites and black elites, man. So basically, this is what it is. Now, this guy in this picture right here, he's the president. He's the president of South Africa. And you best believe he's in cahoots with Esau Edom. And these are the ones that they're looking to target. All right. So from here, let's get back to some scriptures here. Go here. Let's get back to some scriptures. This is Obadiah 1:7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Now I bring that out because, let's go here. I went into Google and I typed in, what's the relationship between America and South Africa? And it says, Since South Africa's transitioning to democracy, you see, this is what's been this is the wine that's been poured out throughout the whole world, democracy. Led the charge led by Esau Edom. All right? If you ain't trying to embrace democracy, you will get a bomb dropped on you. Okay? Since South Africa transitioned to democracy in 1994, the United States and South Africa have built a solid bilateral relationship. South Africa is a strategic partner of the United States with strong collaborations in the areas of health, education, environment, digital economy. All right. So the elites that this dude Milena spoke of are those who are, you know, are solid with this bilateral relationship. Those who are making money, those who are being well taken care of. But the average person in South Africa is suffering poverty, violence, hunger, and these people are tired, man. So they're about to raise up. And you're going to hear more uprisings throughout the world. You're going to hear more, calamities throughout the world from different nations, different countries. And at the end of the day, they're all going to do what? Point the finger at Esau Edom. All right? Which is no damn mystery. Jeremiah 51:7, it says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Right. And because this place has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, they were able to go throughout the whole world and push their democracy. The Lord gave them the power to do that. Okay? Little did any of them know it was just a strategic setup for the grand finale. Okay? It says, that made all the earth drunken. How is that? How is the earth drunken? With democracy, with its philosophies, with its lifestyle, with its ways of living. It's pushed throughout the whole earth, man. The whole earth is built is on the verge of becoming a one big Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Okay? And it says the nations have drunken her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right. Why are these nations mad? Because they've drunken of that wine of democracy. And as your boy Julius said, these people are waking up, man. People are waking up and realizing, wait a minute, this government ain't for us. They're not for our part. And this is why you're going to have these uprises. You're going to have these skirmishes. All right? These rebellions. You're going to have these things. Esau Edom has went into every single nation and stole the resources, stole any and everything that wasn't bolted down or he could extract from the earth, man. Habakkuk 2:6, it says, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his? Right. And like I just said, Esau went through all nations, stealing all their resources. Right? Increasing that which was not his. And then slipped out the back door, as man Julius said, disappeared as if nobody ever seen him come in. All right? So these are the things that people are now waking up to. That Esau Edom is the wicked of the earth. He is the most vile. He is the most treacherous. All right? Continuing on. Isaiah 13:15. It says, everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto him shall fall by the sword. And this is why another reason why Julius made that statement, even the black elites are going to be targeted. Why? Because they have joined themselves unto him. So they're going to fall by the sword as well. I'm pretty sure these so-called black leaders, these Hamites, are not going to try to appease the people of their country. It's too late in the game, man. All hell's about to break loose worldwide. Ain't nobody trying to salvage what little bit they can salvage of their country. They're disappearing. They're getting the hell out of Dodge because the uprising is imminent. Over in South Africa, the Arab Spring is imminent. All throughout the world, the the insurrections are imminent. All right. So if you're joined unto Esau Edom, you're going to fall with Esau Edom, as it is written, every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. All right. And Esau is such a master manipulator. He'll tell you, he'll make a phone call like, no, we got it. It's all under control. Sit tight in office. Don't worry. You don't have to flee anywhere. It's okay. He'll leave your ass out to dry. And just when you think the reinforcements are coming, the troops are coming, you sitting there looking to Esau Edom like, all right, where's the help? And that help's not going to show up. And this is why the scriptures speak about, and the nations were angry. Let me get that. It says, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, Jeremiah 51:7. And it says, made all the earth drunken, and the nations have drinking of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Why? Because when the push comes to shove, America's going to be nowhere near, nowhere around to help you nations, man. So you're going to be furious. And this is why we read in the book of Obadiah, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and they prevailed against thee. All right? There's not going to be any understanding in these nations when they start to destroy America, man. They're not going to have any leniency. They're not going to have any second thoughts or any regrets. It's the Lord's going to put the spirit on them to destroy Babylon the Great. And if those who don't have the ability to reach over to this country, then they're going to set boots on the ground where the troops are of Babylon and destroy them that way. So no matter how you look at this thing, man, it's over. It is over for Esau Edom. Okay? It is over. So basically, that's just about it. Like I said, I didn't have much on this. I just wanted to get, a few scriptures together because I believe the heading is very telling, man. The heading to this article is very telling. White people will be the first target, South African Julius Malema warns of impending violence because the poor are getting poorer. People are fed up. And the time is now. You're going to start seeing a lot of people coming out in droves, with all kinds of weaponry, whether it be swords, spears, rocks, pipes, anything you can imagine. These people are going to be on the move, man. But Lord willing, we have the hope for the elect. We'll have that shadow of protection over us during all these troublesome times. All right. So once again, from the head apostles on down, I'm going to say shalom.